the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And man, you get through that first game and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today. The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. Off the play fake, Jackson. That one on the former Washington Husky, Roger Rosengarten. On the option, they give it to Henry. Not much. Second and long coming up. From the gun, Jackson. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Third and a long way to go. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. How about that play off the call sheet to convert 3rd and 18 for a first down? On play action, here's Jackson. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's it. Complete.
They've got to find a way to free him up, and whether that's moving him around the formation or using some pre-snap motion to get him better looks, but right now it's been a lot of double coverage, it's been a lot of tight windows, and if they're going to have more success today on the offensive side of the ball, especially in the passing game, this offensive play caller needs to be more creative freeing him up.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. His second catch of the drive, this one good for 15 and a first down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Throwing Jackson. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
3rd and long for Jackson. Open man, that's Flowers. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
A 36-yard attempt.
This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Ravens are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. So, Greg, here are the Bills. What a year last year. 13-4, beat the Broncos and the Ravens in the playoffs. But once again, ran into Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. Anything that we can say is that one thing to get them to the big game this time?
Well, I mean, we'd probably start with they need Patrick Mahomes to retire. And, you know, but in all seriousness, Mike, I think when you look at Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, it's one of those things where they just happen to exist in a generationally great team in the Kansas City Chiefs, and one of the greatest players we've seen in the last 25 years at quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. So they just need, as hard as it is, they just need to continue to chip away. Just continue to go. They can't make Kansas City the boogeyman, because all of a sudden now that starts to get into your head. Continue to win the division, continue to get home playoff games, and if they keep knocking at the door, eventually they're going to get over that hump, because Josh Allen and this roster, they are a Super Bowl contending team. They just got to find a way to get over the hump in the game that matters. And his great first half on the ground continues, and this is one of those guys that when he gets in the groove, it seems like it's an 8-yard run, a 10-yard run, and all of a sudden a 15-yard chunk play, one after another.
Good work on the ground. He's got it. First down. Up and about the 42.
What a luxury, Mike. Grant, I mean, to have a guy like this that you know when you need these tough yards, you can just turn around, handle the ball, and let him go get it. He's had some success already here in the first half, and that's a nice run to keep this drive going.
On the carry, it's Cook. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Roquan Smith there to bring him down.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
Give him 11 on the scramble to give them a new set of downs.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback. But here we are, early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Cook. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. Didn't get the hop he was hoping for. It bounds into the end zone, and it's a touchback. So on come the Ravens, and Greg, what a story again last year, 12-5, 13-4 the year before that. Regular season, they have been as good as almost anyone in the NFL, but it's the story if you're living in the AFC. Get over that hump, whether it's Buffalo or Kansas City. It's hard to get to the big game on this side of the draw.
Oh, there's no question. I think if you're Baltimore and you're Buffalo and you look around and you say, man, we should have a couple Super Bowl titles. If we were living in a non-Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid era, maybe teams would look at us a little bit different than they do, but they just need to continue to stay the course. Lamar Jackson, one of the best players, regardless of position, in the entire league, multiple-time MVP winner, so they have a Super Bowl roster. Let's make no mistake about it. They need to just continue to hold serve in the regular season, continue to play for division titles, get as many home playoff games as possible, so when the money's on the line and trips to Super Bowl on the line, they need these games to come through Baltimore.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. A quick slant to Flowers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
At the 47-yard line.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Raven first down.
And the Raven first down.
They'll go again here with Henry. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. DeMar Hamlin up for the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a second down and 7 from the 37. Going to go right back to Henry. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. First down, Baltimore. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Flowers with the catch. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7.
Second and 7 at the 16-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And they'll have first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Back to throw, Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And a good job to make sure he didn't get loose. Brought down around the 7.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
In motion comes Andrews. Second down, Jackson. This one caught him, fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it.
And he's in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Ravens are on top. It's now 10-7.
Bills 7.
Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook.
James Cook brought down at the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Allen. He keeps it himself. And he'll be lucky to just get some positive yards out of that one. Out of bounds, pickup of 2.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Allen on 3rd down. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They'll send a tight end in motion. Greg, when you step back and look at this AFC North, Baltimore and Pittsburgh, their rivalry now really for a couple of decades has in so many ways defined this division, and they set the tone for everything that happens when you are in an AFC North game.
Yeah, and you talk about divisions having identities, they have their culture. Really at the top, Baltimore and Pittsburgh kind of want to play a similar style game, strong on defense, great run game. Obviously, Baltimore adds the extra element with Lamar Jackson. To me, the fascinating team, though, is what kind of jump can we expect, Mike, from the Cincinnati Bengals?
I agree with you, because if you think about the toughness and the physicality, Cincinnati can put up points in an electrifying fashion, and even the 1 year Cleveland was up near the top of the division, they did that as well. But you come back to that defensive side of the ball, and when I look at these teams, Greg, I just think, man, these are defenses that can stop. And the ball comes out. The Bills signal that they have it, and they do. Oh, they come up with the turnover on defense, the quarterback choosing to keep it, and the defense choosing to take it away.
Mike, anytime a quarterback turns into a runner, the defense loves it. They want to take a shot at him. They want to take a shot at the ball, and that's exactly what they were able to do here. Force the fumble, get the ball back. Great job there by the defense.
Moving to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm, being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and There does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion.
And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
They go right back to him. This catch good for 11 and a first down. Allen to throw again. He's got it at about the 8. And it's going to be first and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
That's another Bills first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Here's Cook. Powering forward. He's in. James Cook. Touchdown, Bills. What a start to the year. His second touchdown in this opening half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Now Bass to tack on the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bills are on top. It's 14-10. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. DeJounte Wester now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchdown. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does. And I think the part that people don't talk about, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if they kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. It wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime, each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more, and you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped it. It was just an offensive touchdown festival, so you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come over here. And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike, and they came into the game saying we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do. Penetration is the key to run defense. Stop the running back before he has a chance to get started. That's exactly how it played out here.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
3rd and 6. Here's Allen to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead. Into a 1st and 10 now from the 36. To throw is Jackson. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. 3rd and 2. Here we go. And the pistol. Jackson ready. 11 yards on the pass there. Good for a Raven 1st down.
Rashad Bateman. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Raven 1st down.
To the air one more time with Jackson. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
2nd and 11. At the 18.
Lamar going to work from the pistol. This one complete to Bateman. And with just 1 second remaining in the 1st half, they get the timeout. Tyler Luke now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down.
For the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So it is a 1-point game here at the half as we check in with Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Today is the day we've been working towards all summer, the debut of our new halftime show. So without further ado, let's roll. Our tour around the NFL starts now at legendary Lambeau Field. It's the Packers at home to take on the Lions in the NFC North. And this is Amon-Ra St. Brown. A deep shot downfield, and he's right there to look it in, and they're not gonna get him. 80 yards on the catch and run for the touchdown. From there, it's off to SoFi Stadium. We're looking on the Rams as they host the Houston Texans. And it's the veteran, and he's still got it, Joe Mixon. He's gonna take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Texans come away with the victory on the road in the season opener. One more to show you, and it's out in Seattle, the Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And it's welcome back from injury for this guy, Brandon Ayuk. They put a lot of trust in him, and it's well placed. This, one of 3 touchdowns for him in the game. The Niners had a lot of roster turnover in the offseason, but they get the win in the season opener. With that, a look at what's already transpired and what's still to come in a busy first week of the new season. In the game you're watching, not much to separate these two sides through 2 quarters, a 1-point game at the half. As we send you back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch rate.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Young quarterbacks, new coaching staffs, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And 2 new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organization.
Oh, absolutely, and it was very clear exactly what New York and New England were looking for. They wanted culture setters, right? It wasn't about getting the fancy play caller. It wasn't about the X's and O's. They needed to establish an identity and a culture of excellence and of winning. So no question, Mike, there was a very clear mission, a clear path to landing on Vrabel and Aaron Glenn, and they think they have their guy for the long term.
So now they'll throw it with Allen. Now he takes off. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
To the air. On second down, here's Allen. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Allen to his tight end, Kincaid, and the Bills have a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 2.
Green 19! What's that?
They'll run with Cook. A big hole. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Bills first down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Allen going to give this to Davis. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Allen now on second down. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he's into the end zone yet again. James Cook, touchdown, Bills. For Josh Allen, the reigning MVP of the NFL. First touchdown pass of this 2025 season. Extra point try by Bass. He's got it. And the Bills extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13.
Ravens 13. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Ravens offense ready for this next possession. Now, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? It happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top mind for you as we start 2025?
Now, as I start the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? If they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco...
He will do it himself. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. That his second touchdown tonight. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself. There was no hesitation from this offense. Immediately after they scored that touchdown, the entire sideline was holding up 2 fingers. They knew exactly what play they wanted. They felt great about it coming into the game, and clearly the right choice.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
A gain of 15 yards.
Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Run out of the gun with Cook. And the strength on display, rambling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And I don't think he got there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at third down.
Brings up third and
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with the conservative run, gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on third down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. It's going to be third. They need 1. Fourth quarter begins with a run by Cook. He's down right at the 40, but that is good enough to move the chains. First down.
Just a good, solid run here on third down. Tie game, fourth quarter. This is where you really need to be able to lean on that offensive line. They come through, and they're able to keep this drive alive.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40.
Look out!
A run up the middle with Cook. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
he's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
So, from the 37, here's second down and 7. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll drop this one down to the fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Buffalo.
5-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. He'll find Shakir open right side. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns.
And he's got another one. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Here's Bass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills go up by 7. 28-21.
Ravens 21. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Wester now to return it. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Ravens offense ready to get back. Back at it. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Open man downfield. It is Hopkins. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Pistol formation with Jackson. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
On the handoff, it's Henry. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run! Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with 1st down. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
On 2nd down, a run with Davis. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
On the tackle.
The truth is, Mike, they just aren't getting the push they need up front. This defense has been a motivated group these last couple plays, and now for the second straight time, they failed to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is third down. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. Moving to his left. Gonna look deep, looking for more.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to come back out for this next possession. We're all even, fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. That's to the tight end, Kohler. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Off the play fake. Jackson. Pass pulled in by Henry. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in.
And he does all he can to get away, but they're going to get him right at the line of scrimmage, and it will bring up 4th down. Ravens bring their punt team out. Important punt here in this tie game late. To return, it is Turpin. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Bills offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. First down, it's Davis. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Now after that last play, we have an injured Raven. 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Allen. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Bit of a risky throw there, Mike. You don't love to see a quarterback force the ball, especially into a crowded area. In the end, I think he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. Oh, a teardrop throw there off his back foot. It's complete. It's a gain of 19 in the air. Good for a Bills 1st down.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
Now, 2nd and 4. Again, it's Allen to the air. He's looking deep for Shakir. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down. To throw again, it's Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. And here we go, 4th and inches. Davis. And he's going to have the Bills first down. That'll be a gain of 15 on 4th down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
319!
A run with Davis. And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. They'll get it with still a minute 20 left to go in the game. They'll come up now for 2nd down.
Brown 80! Look out!
He'll run. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot. It's going to be enough to move the chains. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll run here. And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
They're doing a really nice job of keeping this defense on their heels with this balanced attack. We've seen them be effective both run and pass, and right now the defense just doesn't seem to have an answer.
Brown 80!
They'll stick to the ground. And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now, 2nd and goal.
$319!
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. So now it's Tyler Bass on in a big spot. This to win the game. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So it's a win here for the Bills. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.